Hey guys, and welcome back. Well, those people in St. Louis who has been missing Robbie Montgomery's famous fried chicken, macaroni and cheese, or collard green, well, they're in luck. Now, Miss Robbie has plans to open Sweetie Pie's second act at Kings Highway Boulevard and Dr. Martin Luther King Drive in North St. Louis, just east of Sherman Park. Now, the restaurant will mark the first location since the brand's last location, Sweetie Pie's Upper Crust on Del Mar Boulevard, closed last fall. Now, another location in Jackson, Mississippi, closed this year, this spring. Now, Miss Robbie plans to invest nearly $4 million for the new location at 4949 Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., which she bought through her 4949 Development LLC in November for $135,000, city records show. Now, about 25 jobs could be created with this new location. Now, she's seeking 10 years of tax abatement as well as the right to use eminent domain for an adjacent property at 4923 Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. in case negotiations to buy that property fail. Now, that's according to documents filed with the Land Clearance for Redevelopment authorities. Now, Miss Robbie opened her first Sweetie Pies 25 years ago and later scored, with the help of her son, Tim Montgomery, her own reality TV show on Oprah Winfrey's network called Welcome to Sweetie Pies. Now, speaking of her son, her former business partner and TV show co-host, last year was convicted on federal murder for hire charges in the death of his own nephew, Andre Montgomery Jr., which was Miss Robbie's grandson. Now, people in St. Louis last year, they were sad to see Miss Robbie close down her last location in St. Louis, location Sweetie Pies. Her last day of operation was that Sunday, September 25th of last year. And on that last day, they went out with a boom. Yes, customers waited in long lines on that final day of that last St. Louis area location of Sweetie Pies. Mr. Gary, aka the King of Hospitality, host of the Them Yo People TV show, surprised Miss Robbie with a bouquet of roses, a floral cake on the restaurant's final day of operation. Now, the last St. Louis location of the restaurant, as I told you earlier, was on Del Mar Boulevard, near Grand Boulevard. Yes, and as you know, the restaurant that Tim was operating before he was arrested and convicted was the one in Mississippi, which after he was convicted, she closed. I think Miss Robbie had thoughts, which I think she was the only one thinking this, that Tim was going to somehow be found not guilty, and she was holding on to that stuff for Tim. I believe, I can just only assume. But as she was as she found out, she was the only one who didn't believe that Tim was not guilty, because at the sentencing, which he was sentenced to life in prison, they took the death penalty off the table. But even the judge, when before the sentencing, she pleaded and begged the judge to be lenient on him and to have mercy on him, and that was her son, and da 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 da. And the judge was like, lady, this man, there was more evidence to say that he was guilty of this crime of having his own nephew killed. And, I'm sure he had in his mind, because when all of this came out, they said that he had a policy, an insurance policy on Miss Robbie. So, if this, that was the whole actual plot of killing the nephew, because he had a $450,000 insurance policy on him. He tried to get $1 million, but you wouldn't give it to him. And after, by his authority, he never got the insurance money anyway, because all along, even when Andre was living, he said it. He told his mom, if anything happens to me, look at Tim. And which she took that to the police, and they did. And they found out that the murder for hire was all Tim's plan that he put in plan. But during the time that he was arrested, Sweetie Pie, his mother, Miss Robbie, she stood firmly by her son's side and said that, she was going to be by her son's side to death do them part. And which I still don't agree today. And I don't see how a grandmother could say that. And knowing that her child killed her grandson, that's just saying, okay, well, he wasn't nothing to me. That's how I felt. And that really put a bad taste in my mouth for Miss Robbie. But to each his own. But I guess she gonna need some money to put on Tim's books. So yeah, let her go and open up the restaurant, cause I'm sure she's there every visiting day. That's probably his only visitor. But cause that was a sick crime. That was a psychopathic. That's just, I don't even want to go back to even thinking about that. Then I wish her luck, and I'm sure the people of St. Louis will support her. All right, guys, what do you think about this? All right, just press that comment button, and we shall discuss. Thank you so very much for watching my video. I hope that you will like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And as always, important, be blessed, y'all.